Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube videos. In the previous video of this playlist, I proved the two Borel-Cantelli lemmas. In this video, I'm going to use the first of those two lemmas to complete the proof of the picture showing all the relationship among the different types of convergence for sequences of random variables. So more precisely, the goal of this video is to use the first Borel-Cantelli lemma to prove our last implication, the fact that convergence in probability of a sequence of random variables implies convergence almost surely, so a stronger type of convergence, but at least for a subsequence. So to prove this implication, I'm going to assume that xn converges to x in probability. Okay, so I remind you that what this means is that for all epsilon positive, the limit when n goes to infinity of the probability that xn minus x is larger than epsilon is equal to 0. So this is our assumption. That's just the definition of convergence in probability. And now our goal is to extract a subsequence x and k such that x and k is going to converge to x, but in a stronger sense, like almost surely, not just in probability. And so to do this, the idea is to build our subsequence recursively by defining nk to be equal to the minimum of n strictly larger than nk minus 1, such that the probability of this difference here being, I'm going to take larger than 1/2 at the power k, is less than 1/2 at the power k. So more precisely, we take the minimum of n larger than n k minus 1 such that the probability that xn minus x larger than 1/2 at the power k. So we want this probability to be less than 1/2 at the power k. Okay, so that's the definition of our subsequence. Now, before we go further, I need to justify that indeed doing this we have a well-defined subsequence. So what we need here is that the sequence nk, viewed as basically a function of k, to be strictly increasing. It's indeed the case. Nk is by definition strictly larger than nk minus 1 for all k, but we also want to make sure that indeed for each k, nk is finite. And the fact that nk is indeed finite for all k is a consequence of the fact that we have convergence in probability. So indeed, let's take in the definition, so this limit is equal to 0 for all epsilon strictly larger than 0, strictly positive. So in particular, that's the case if we take epsilon equals 1/2 at the power k, 1/2 at the power k is strictly positive. So if we take 1/2 at the power k in the definition here, by convergence in probability, we have that the limit here is equal to 0. So in particular, this means that indeed, for n large enough, this probability for, again, epsilon equals 1/2 at the power k can be arbitrarily small. And so we can indeed find n large such that this probability is less than 1/2 at the power k. So that shows that this sequence indeed is well defined for all k, nk is going to be finite. So now that we have this sequence, next step is to prove that for this specific choice, x and k is going to converge to x, not just in probability, but almost surely. That's a stronger type of convergence. And so to prove this, that's when we are going to use the first Borel-Cantelli lemma. So I need to apply the Borel-Cantelli lemma to introduce a sequence of events. The sequence of events we are going to choose corresponds to those events, but for the specific choice where n is equal to nk, so that's the event ak here. So ak is going to be the event that x nk minus x is larger than 1/2 at the power k. So now you see that by definition of nk is chosen in such a way that the probability of this event is less than 1/2 at the power k. And so from this we deduce that the infinite sum of p of ak, so sum for k equals 1 to infinity, of p of ak, by definition of ak and by also definition of this subsequence nk, this is less or equal to the sum, the infinite sum of 1/2 at the power k. Okay, that's written here. But clearly, the infinite sum of 1/2 at the power k is finite. Okay, so that means that this sequence of event ak satisfies the assumption of the first Borel-Cantelli lemma. We have an infinite sum here that is finite, and so from that we can deduce that the probability of the lim sup of ak when k goes to infinity is equal to 0. So here, this implication follows from, I'm going to write BC1 for Borel-Cantelli lemma number 1, the first of the two Borel-Cantelli lemmas. So now we are almost done. Now to conclude, the idea is really to observe that there is a connection between like this event lim sup of ak and also the event that x and k does not converge to x. And so for that, I remind you from the previous video that we saw that by definition, the lim sup of ak is a new event that means basically that ak occurs for infinitely many k's. And so it turns out that saying that ak occurs for infinitely many k's, well, if you look at the definition here again, that means that x and k minus x is going to be larger than 1/2 at the power k infinitely often, which might prevent convergence almost surely of x and k to x. So that's kind of the trick. To conclude, now what we can say is that from this we deduce that probability that the limit when k goes to infinity of x and k different from x, okay, the probability that that x and k does not converge to x, well, let's assume that this happens for some little omega. If x and k of omega does not converge to x of omega, that means in particular that for this particular choice, for this particular omega, we must have that absolute value of x and k omega minus x of omega is larger than 1/2 at the power k infinitely often. Okay, we should have that event happening infinitely often. And so this means that if the limit here is not equal to x, then this event lim sup of ak occurs. And so that means that we have this inequality here. The probability that this limit is not equal to x should be less than the probability that the lim sup when k goes to infinity of ak, so this probability should be is less than that, but we just saw that this probability is equal to 0. Okay, by the first Borel-Cantelli lemma. So conclusion, if we have convergence in probability of the sequence xn, then by defining this subsequence nk, then we can prove that the probability that x and k does not converge to x is equal to 0, which means that this sequence is going to converge to x with this subsequence is going to converge to x with probability 1, so that indeed shows that the subsequence x and k converges to x almost surely.